Good evening and welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so glad you've decided to join us this evening. Tonight's format is a 6x6 format, which means that each one of our 6 institutions will have 6 minutes to present about their college or university. During that time, you certainly can ask any questions you may have by using the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. You can ask the presenter who is presenting or any of the presenters who have yet to present. Because this is a webinar, we can't see you, nor can we hear you, but we know that you're out there. So thank you again for joining us. If there are other schools that you would like to hear from, definitely sign up for additional sessions. There's one more session block after this one, and there will be a college fair later this spring. If there's any sessions that you missed or schools that you'd like to go back and review, all of the session presentations are being recorded and can be viewed at strivescan.com/Carolinas. So that's my housekeeping information. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this presentation. We will start off tonight with Kettering University.
All righty. Thank you so much, Julie, for the great intro, and welcome to any students and families, counselors tuning in to our presentation this evening. My name is Nathan Kober, and I'm the representative for Kettering University. And I work with, I actually wear 2 hats at Kettering. I'm an admissions counselor, and I also am the co-op manager for the states of North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. They're in the Mid-Atlantic region. So looking forward to sharing a little bit about Kettering, and I'm going to jump right in. So we are located in Michigan, in Flint, Michigan, to be specific, and there's our mitten reference. So about an hour, hour and a half from Detroit, and about an hour from the state's capital in Lansing. But Kettering University is a small institution, around 2,300 students, and then we actually break our students into 2 sections, A and B. And so there's actually only about 1,000 students on campus at any given time. And that'll make a little bit more sense when I jump into our academic calendar in a few slides. But Kettering University is very laser focused in STEM and engineering, and we also offer a business management major. But Kettering University was actually founded as General Motors Institute in 1919, about a little over 100 years ago. And in the 90s changed to Kettering University. But still we have strong ties to the automotive industry, to General Motors, as they're a co-op site for some of our students. But these are the majors that we offer, 9 in total. And then we also have a pre-med program of study, so you can get the prerequisites for medical school done while you're at Kettering as well. But mechanical engineering is our biggest program. It's about 50% of our students. And then the next 2 through 5 ranked majors would be computer science, computer engineering, electrical engineering, and then chemical engineering and industrial engineering. So something that's really unique to Kettering University is the academic calendar. So we don't have a fall and spring semester like most schools, and then a summer break. We have 4 3-month terms. And each student starting their freshman year will actually begin this rotation. So if a student's A section, they'll come to campus for school in summer and winter, and then they'll go to a co-op site for their work experiences, and those work experiences are paid opportunities, and then they'll come back to campus. They just rotate every 3 months. The academic terms are 10 weeks of classes, lectures, and labs, and then 1 week of final exams, and then the co-op term can be anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks of work. Most co-op sites remain the same for the student, because we want you to be able to apply what you're learning in the classroom, but also advance your involvement with the company you're co-oping at. So our students make anywhere from $14 to $20 an hour in most cases for their co-op wages. And as you can quickly calculate, if you're rotating every 3 months after a 4 to 4.5 year, sometimes 5-year college experience, students have 2 to 2.5 years of paid professional experience that's on their resume. Whereas most undergraduate college graduates don't have the 2.5 years of paid professional experience on their resume. Here's a highlight of a few of the employer partners that we work with. They range in scope from small, medium to large. They're in a wide variety of industries, but they are really strong partnerships for us. There's over 400. And so, like I said, I would work with companies in North Carolina and South Carolina who are hiring Kettering co-op students. One that's recently going to be added to North Carolina is Deer Hitachi, which is kind of in eastern North Carolina, to give you some reference to an employee partner in the area. I'm going to jump ahead here a few slides, but we don't offer varsity athletics at Kettering. We have club and intramurals, and then we have varsity esports teams that compete regionally and nationally. We also have really competitive Society of Automotive Engineering teams. So 3 are represented here: our Formula SAE, our Aero Design SAE, and the Baja SAE is number 68, the off-road vehicle there. And then we also do the Auto Drive Challenge. We're one of 8 schools participating in that in the world. And then we also have Clean Snowmobile. Few of our facilities here in Flint, we have a really awesome new addition, which is the Mobility Research Center. As you might expect, that's where we do some testing and research associated with autonomous vehicles. So really a fun addition to our campus there, but it's only a couple blocks. It is a pretty small, manageable campus here in Flint. In terms of admission, here's what we have going on. In terms of our GPA, we are test optional. We have we average a 3.7 GPA. We are test optional, and we will continue to be test optional through next year as well. The last thing I want to highlight is our scholarship opportunities. We offer merit scholarships for all accepted students, and those range from $8,000 to $17,500. And then most of these other scholarships, the one I like to point out specifically is our most popular is the robotics scholarship, and that's $5,000 a year in addition to the merit scholarship. So some great opportunities for you, and happy to entertain any questions about Kettering University and also our programs here on our campus. So with that, I will close. We do not offer in-person visits right now, but we will in the months to come. So thanks so much. There's my info, and I'll post it in the chat here a little bit later on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nathan. Our next presenter is from Tallahassee Community College.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate it. Let me go ahead and share the screen here real quick. Sorry about the delay. Thanks so much for waiting. All right, welcome. I'm Professor Joe Hurd, and I teach math and college success and leadership at Tallahassee Community College in Tallahassee, Florida. College Success, by the way, is our SLS 1510 class that is required by the state of Florida to graduate. TCC is one of the top 10 recognized community colleges, two-year colleges for 2021. We are acknowledged for the Aspen Prize, which will be announced next month. The Aspen Institute looks for rates such as college completion, your accessibility to underserved and minority populations, and activity and college life for students. So we're very happy with that award. Some of the benefits of attending our college is affordability. I know costs are of concern to many families, but Florida in-state and out-of-state tuition rates are up there as far as affordability. We have an open admission policy, much smaller class sizes compared to our sister schools here in Tallahassee, which are FAMU and FSU. Personalized attention, the two-year career-specific degrees, and the main thing, I know everyone here knows how to read, but jumping down to transfer agreements, we have in Florida one of the country's first and possibly one of the most robust transfer agreements that exist right now. And it means that if you get your two-year degree at a state of Florida public school, you are guaranteed admission to a Florida public four-year college. One of our benefits is that we are the premier link to FSU, Florida State University. We're the #1 transfer school to FSU, and a lot of students from throughout, not just the area, Florida, and the world like to come to TCC because they can get their first and second level courses completed at a much lower rate. In addition, your admission to FSU and FAMU is becoming increasingly more competitive. So with the articulation agreement, that really, really helps. We also have the TCC to FAMU program. And again, we at TCC in the state capital of Florida are the #1 transfer school to Florida Agricultural Mechanical University, one of our nation's premier HBCs. 60% of our transfer students to FAMU are alums from TCC. And again, the tuition is a drawing factor. We're here for you. We have every type of resource imaginable, especially during the pandemic. We've been very outreaching to our community, especially those that are food and have housing insecurity. But we have academic tutoring and our award-winning Learning Commons. We have mental health counseling, career planning, personalized advising. We have a new advising model debuting soon where it's a case management basis. We, in addition, have a STEM center. We have labs that are very updated. We are the state's top and possibly one of the nation's top military accommodating colleges for both current veterans and those that have retired. I'm on the Honors College board, and we do have a nice honors lounge too for those students that need to relax and work. We also have been named recently as a college that is one of the top, if not the top in the state of Florida, for the percentage of students that participate in extracurricular activities that include athletics and those in academic enrichment. We have over 40 clubs and organizations, and of course, we're doing the best we can during the pandemic, but we are trying to have, in addition to adhering to CDC established guidelines, a safe environment, and clubs and sports are continuing. TCC is operating in 4 modalities during the pandemic. I personally teach in face-to-face, and I teach in the live and online environments. I don't have any hybrid classes this semester, but we have the 4 modalities, and we just have word from our administration and provost that these 4 modalities will continue into summer and will continue at least through fall of 2021. Our registration opens today, so that's why our recruiting team is working those areas. I'm with you this evening. The 4 modalities are more than likely to continue into spring of 2022. Our scholarship division awards over 30 million plus in grants, grant and aid, scholarships of all types for students from all backgrounds, first time in college, Liberty County, Florida to the west of us. Our average financial aid package tops at least $5,600. Now, the out-of-state tuition is $387 plus per credit hour. Many students have connections to Florida, and many students establish Florida residency in their first year here. Our TCC tuition is at least half than a lot of our state flagship colleges that are public. If you're interested in pursuing scholarships, we encourage you with the application process to look at tccfl.edu/scholarships. Our admissions coordinator is Mrs. Jenny Helms. Again, she and the team are working our outreach and getting things ready for our preferred populations to register today. We'd love to have you take a look. Go to tcc.com. Will be a wonderful next step to becoming an Eagle. And I personally welcome you to the state of Florida and our capital. Thank you, Julie. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Joseph. Appreciate hearing from you and from the opportunities at Tallahassee Community College. Our next presenter is from Southeastern University.
Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen really fast and then we can get going. But my name is Montana and I am a representative from Southeastern University, and I'm gonna show a quick little video for you guys. Give me 1 second. Awesome.
Fire up. It's that feeling deep in your bones. That desire to be part of something bigger than yourself. It's what drives us, propels us. It's what brought you here. Together, we believe. We dream. We strive for the impossible. Innovation is our fuel. Community is our breath. We discover. We push boundaries. Experiencing life as it was created to be. So fire up your imagination. To chase, to create, to dare. Fire up to be the change this world is waiting for. We are waiting for you.
Awesome. So that was just a quick little video to go over just a little bit of what our school is like. Go ahead and stop this and go to the next slide. Awesome. So we are a private Christian university located in Lakeland, Florida, which is right in the heart of Florida. We are right next to Orlando and Tampa, so surrounded by so many fun things to do and a bunch of beaches. We are a smaller school, so we are right around 2,500 students on campus. I love the size of our university. It's big enough to where you run into a new student every day, but small enough to where you kind of see your close-knit group of friends, which is an awesome size. And a little bit about me, I attended SU in my undergrad, and I got my bachelor's degree in organizational leadership and a minor in business. And then I also finished my master's of business administration in last August, which is awesome. I really loved my experience at SEU. My favorite part of SEU was the professors. They really are exceptional, and we do have small class sizes, which really allows unlike a lot of other schools, a really close connection and mentorship with professors. They knew my name, they knew my story, and they came alongside me and helped me find my calling in life, which is awesome. I had so many relationships with the professors, and they really helped guide me through it and get the job I have now. And they still, even to this day, after graduating 2.5 years ago, I get coffee with them all the time, as well as they still send me job opportunities, which is really cool that they have kept that relationship going even after graduating so many years ago. Just some quick academic highlights for you guys. Our 5 most popular majors are kinesiology, psychology, biology, Bachelor of Social Work, and elementary education. We have 80 plus undergraduate programs. We're adding new programs all the time. So if you don't see anything that you like, we are for sure probably going to add it one day. We're always adding new programs. Some of our newest majors are aviation, which you saw in that video, which is so cool. We have a political science major, tourism and hospitality management, language, culture, and trade. Those last 2 are really relevant within our area. So right around Central Florida, Orlando, Tampa, huge cities. So those are very relevant, and we have some great partnerships with some local companies. So those are awesome. Just some stats about our nursing program. So our SU nursing students, their first time pass rate is 92% on the NCLEX, which is what you have to take after graduating in order to become a registered nurse. This exceeds national average of 87%, which is amazing. All of our students pretty much have jobs right away with our nursing program, so that's great. Next, our education majors, 95% of our SU graduates are offered teaching positions before they even start the next school year following graduation, which is so cool that they're already got a job in place. And then accounting, our first time pass rates for the CPA exam since 2001 is 85%, which is among the highest of a lot of colleges and universities in Florida. And then just some admission updates for you guys. We are test optional, so even if you have taken SAT or ACT, we are not requiring those in order to get accepted. If you have taken them, we do encourage you to submit them, because it'll only help you with your academic scholarships. It won't hurt you at all. But we definitely highly recommend submitting those if you have taken them. If not, it's not going to hinder you at all. And we are offering a full on-campus experience with appropriate health and safety precautions. So we are 100% capacity. We have partnered with a local hospital to get all the stuff we need on campus in order to take precautions with safety. And then lastly, I would love to invite you guys to apply for free today. You can use the code FUTUREFIRE to apply for free. That is a QR code that you can scan, and then they will reach out to you. It most likely will be me. But if you have any questions, I'm going to pop my information in the chat, and I would love to answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Montana. It's great to hear from you. Our next presenter is from Radford University.
Hi everyone, my name is Chelsea Webb and I'm an admissions counselor here at Radford, and I'm so happy that you all tuned in today. As you can see on the screen, Radford is located in Southwest Virginia, and we are surrounded by the absolutely beautiful Appalachian Mountains. So if you like to hike, bike, horseback ride, you name it, we have it with the outdoor activities. Our total enrollment sits a little bit below 12,000 students, so we are a mid-sized institution. One of my coworkers kind of refers to us as a Goldilocks school. So we're not too big, not too small, we're just the right size. 57% of our student body is female and 43% are male, and that is similar to the national average. And 36% of our students are first-generation college students. So basically what that means, out of every 100 students you meet on campus, 36 of them are the first people in their family to ever go to college, and we are so proud of that. This slide talks a little bit about academic programs. So our average class size is about 23 students. You would never have a huge lecture hall of like 150, 300 students. Our classes get smaller and smaller as students get into their upper level coursework as well. So your senior year, you might have a class with 5 or 6 students, which is excellent when you're applying to jobs because your professors will be able to write really awesome letters of recommendation for you because they know your strong suits or serve as references. Fewer than 3% of our classes are taught by graduate assistants. So 97% of the time you're being taught by a professor with a terminal degree in their field. So they've gone as high as they can in their education and they have worked in their field. So they definitely know their stuff. And we offer over 100 academic programs within 6 colleges. The first college is our Artist College of Science and Technology, which is home to our sciences. So we actually recently renovated that building and we had a huge grand opening about 2 weeks before the pandemic hit. So we were so excited because we have a full cadaver lab, a museum of the earth sciences, a planetarium, but then we got shut down for, quarantine, but we opened up back this fall and everything's been going great here in Radford since then. And then we have our College of Education and Human Development. So Radford actually started as a teaching college back in 1910. So that's our bread and butter. If you get an education degree from Radford, you'll have teaching licensure reciprocity with 46 out of 50 states and Guam. Then we have our College of Humanities and Behavioral Sciences. So if you're interested in anything like criminology, psychology, sociology, foreign languages, the majority of your classes will be within that college. Something that's really awesome about the building that it's housed in is we have the 3rd largest Starbucks on the Eastern Seaboard within a college campus within that building. We've got a full mock courtroom for students who are majoring in criminology so they can do actual court cases within that building. Then we have our College of Visual and Performing Arts. So that's home to majors such as dance, theater, and music. Those majors do require an audition, but it is more so that professors are able to get an idea of students' skill levels. We also have 2 very unique majors, interior design and fashion design, and those are top-ranked programs within the nation. And then we are the only undergraduate program in the state of Virginia with music therapy. Next is our Davis College of Business and Economics, and that's the building that you see closest to you on the screen. So that college is actually AACSB accredited, which makes it a top 5% business school in the entire world. Something that's very cool about that building is we have a full stocks trading room, and we have a club called SMIPA, which was given $200,000 of endowment funds to invest in the stock market in 2002. And as of this past January, they're worth over $2 million. And then we have our Waldron College of Health and Human Services, which is where the majority of our nursing classes take place. Our nursing program is absolutely phenomenal. 97% of our students pass their NCLEX on their first try, and 100% of our students get a job within that field within 3 months of graduating. And then we have our Academic Success Center for students who are undecided and they need a little help to figure out, what will their career path take them in. So we have phenomenal advisors that definitely help out with that. And then this slide just lists all of the majors and minors that we offer here at Radford. And then this slide talks a little bit about campus life and resources. So we offer 16 Division I athletic teams here. We have over 300 student organizations. So if you're a little shy, don't worry at all. It is so easy to find your niche here. Whether you want to get involved with Greek life, we've got a Dungeons and Dragons club. We have club sports, intramurals, you name it, we have it. If we don't have a club for you, if you just have 3 friends, you can start your own. We have 15 residence halls on campus, and we don't have any hall bathrooms. So you would never be in a situation where you're sharing a bathroom with 30, 40 people. You'd either be in a suite or an ensuite. And then we have 8 living learning communities, and those are associated with majors. We have a lot of resources on campus as well, including our Center for Accessibility Services. So if you have an IEP or any sort of learning disability, you would just turn in that paperwork to CAS, and they would get you set up with any accommodations that you need. Then we have our Center for Career and Talent Development, and they help our students find jobs. They even have a huge career closet so that when you're going for your first interview, you can look wonderful and confident. And then we have our Center for Diversity and Inclusion, and they do a lot of really great programming just so students can get to know about people who are different from themselves and similar. Right now it's Women's History Month, so we've been doing a lot of really great programming on women. And then we have our Harvey Knowledge Center, which is our tutoring center. It's absolutely free and a wonderful resource here on campus. Then this slide talks a little bit about financial aid. So our FAFSA priority deadline is January 15th, and we really encourage students to get it in before then so that we're able to create an awesome financial aid package for them, which will include grants, scholarships, work study, and federal loans. 78% of our students receive some sort of financial aid, so it's definitely the norm. We will get you set up because we have one of the most affordable tuition costs in the state of Virginia. We also released our new Highlander Distinction Program, which is a merit-based scholarship. So it doesn't require any additional application. You just submit your application like for admission, and then we would grant you a scholarship based off of your high school GPA.
That sounds great, Chelsea. Why don't you drop your contact information in the chat so we can get on to our next college? Thank you so much.
Awesome.
And our next presenter is from Waynesburg University.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the StriveScan Fair. We're happy that you guys were able to join us this evening. Let me start my presentation over. So this will just give you a little bit more information about Waynesburg University. So my name is Kyle DiGiandomenico. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission here. And essentially, we're just going to highlight a couple pieces of Waynesburg and give you some information as you enter into whatever area of high school or academics that you're entering into. So just an overview of Waynesburg. We are a private Christian liberal arts university founded in 1849. We actually just celebrated a birthday today for Waynesburg. And our mission is to help students make connections between faith, learning, and serving. And so we'll highlight faith, learning, and serving here at Waynesburg. So just faith on campus, we have about 150 different opportunities to get involved or plugged into your faith. None of which are required for our students. So that's a unique part of Waynesburg. We don't have a required chapel service or anything along those lines, but we have a weekly Tuesday chapel service. We have Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We have an upper room service, which is a young adult youth-led worship gathering. And then there's also the Campus Ministry Center. So this is really where you'll go if you have any questions regarding campus ministry, or if you're looking to get plugged in a little bit more, this will help you. They can answer any questions or, again, point you to the right groups. The learning part of campus, I think this is pretty obvious as Waynesburg is an educational institution, but we have over 70 different majors and concentrations. I'm going to show you a slide with those majors, but we do include 5 integrated bachelor's to master's programs. So if you are interested in athletic training, anything within business, counseling, criminal investigation, or education, you are eligible to take graduate level classes during your senior year at Waynesburg for free. So we don't charge you anything extra to do that. And then what that does is it cuts down on the amount of cost and time that you spend finishing your graduate degree. We have a 13-to-1 student faculty ratio. Average class size is about 16 students per class. With COVID, we're averaging about 10. We do have about 1,800 total students on campus. So we are a smaller university with small, intimate class sizes. But 100% of our academic departments offer hands-on learning and research opportunities. So this will be a list of our majors. We have a wide variety of programs. Some of our very top programs, number one is going to be nursing. We have one of the top programs in the state of Pennsylvania. We also have a great criminal justice and forensic science program, business, communication. Those are all great programs at Waynesburg. We also have some unique ones like marine biology, and we have some engineering programs. And so there's lots of options for students. Depending on what you're interested in, chances are we have something that you're looking for. But again, those integrated bachelor's to master's programs, if you're interested in those, it just gives you an opportunity to take advantage of those graduate level courses. If you are interested in athletics, Waynesburg is an NCAA Division III university. All that means for an athlete is we aren't able to give scholarship money to you as an athlete, but we give you the opportunity to participate in the sport that you love for 4 more years. So this will list out some of the men's and women's sports that we do offer at Waynesburg. We also have clubs, activities, and intramurals. So even if you aren't interested in participating in a varsity athletic sport, you can participate in the intramural cornhole competition, or you can be part of, our swing sting dance club. So there's lots of different opportunities for you as a student. Scholarships, this is a big question we get from students looking, what types of financial aid is available? What can I qualify for? So the way Waynesburg works, when you apply to Waynesburg, we are test optional. You submit your high school transcripts, and based on your GPA, so if you are like a sophomore or junior right now, you have a lot of time to improve your GPA, you will qualify for a scholarship. So they range anywhere from $6,000 to $16,000 here at Waynesburg. And these are renewable scholarships. So if you are getting our top tier A.B. Miller scholarship, that's worth $64,000 over 4 years. And then if you are coming from out of state, we have our state scholarship, which is $3,000 additional per year. So your total is now $9,000 to $19,000. But these are all based on your academic credentials from high school. So make sure you're working hard, you're finishing out your 4 years to get the best GPA that you can possibly get. Then we have competitive scholarships. So these are ones that you can apply for. So our achievement awards are automatic. Our competitive scholarships are ones that you apply to. We have the Bonner program. We're one of 26 schools in the nation that offer this scholarship. It's community service based, and it essentially covers your unmet need here at Waynesburg. So it's anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 plus your unmet need. There's the Stover Center for Constitutional Studies and Moral Leadership. There's the Founders Scholarship, and there's the Waynesburg Christian Life Scholarship. So these are all ones that you can apply for to receive additional aid opportunities. When you're looking at our costs, we do not differentiate between in-state or out-of-state. Again, a student coming from outside of Pennsylvania is paying the same rate as a student in Pennsylvania, but our bottom dollar price is $37,530, and that includes your tuition fees, room and board, meal plan, all of the good stuff. So if you are a top tier student getting $16,000 or $19,000 and a competitive scholarship, you can see how your cost comes down significantly. We are one of the most affordable private institutions in the state of Pennsylvania and in the top in the country. Again, this is going to be my information here. I have a little yes, we're open badge down at the bottom because we are open for campus visits. So whether you are a freshman in high school or a senior in high school, we would love to have you come down to campus. Our visits are open Monday through Friday. We also have Saturday options, but essentially you're going to have a campus tour, meeting with admissions, and we'll show you to see if Waynesburg is going to be the best fit for you. I'll drop my contact information in the chat though, if there are any questions.
Thank you so much, Kyle. And our last presenter, but certainly not our least, is from Randolph University.
Sorry about that. Give me 1 second here. And nope, come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Having to go back. Yeesh. All right. Sorry about that. So my name is Corey Brown. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Randolph College. We are located in Lynchburg, Virginia, AKA what we call Central Virginia, where we are along the Blue Ridge Mountains and along the James River. So there's a lot of scenery, a lot of very outdoorsy activities and things to do like that, that our students appreciate and really have a great scene for, to be honest with you. So a little bit about us. We have a student body of about 600 students. Average class size for us is about 13. And our professors were actually ranked and have been ranked top 20 in the country the past 3 years. The most recent was number 16, Professor Accessibility. They live within 20 minutes of campus. They're very responsive via email and contacts, and in most cases are in their offices, and students will stop by with questions or just random conversations. But we have a student-to-faculty ratio of 8-to-1 at Randolph. So a bunch of different possibilities here for us: 30 majors, 43 minors. We have 5 pre-professional programs, including pre-law, pre-vet. Engineering is a big one for us, 3-2 engineering program. Students can go into any form of engineering that they're wanting to go into. And we partner with UVA and WashU of St. Louis, but a very unique program, and to this point so far, very, very successful. But we also offer 3 graduate programs: education, creative writing, and coaching and sports leadership, to go with our majors and minors there, and a bunch of different combinations where we'll have students double major, minor, double minor and major, and all types of different combinations. The biggest thing, and I would say the most unique thing for us, is that we're moving to a take-2 class scheduling next fall. So students will take 2 courses for 7 weeks at a time, and they will meet 3 to 4 times a week during that time frame, and it'll be followed by a self-scheduled exam period. But during this take-2 class scheduling, what we hope and we think will happen is students will be able to retain a lot more information throughout the week as they're taking those courses, but also allowing more of a concrete schedule for them to plan their internships, sporting events, clubs, research opportunities, jobs, things like that. So we think that'll be very unique. And so far, what we're hearing back is that students are very, very excited about that. Here at Randolph, we want you to get out and get involved. So transition programs, or should I say explore, transition programs to help students transition into their college coming out of high school. So whether it's our super program for our students involved in the sciences, or our STAR program that helps students transition with a couple courses that they will have to participate in during their first year, to kind of help them get acclimated to the college lifestyle. Academic services center for students to do writing labs, tutoring, things like that. Career development center helps students get involved in internships, one-on-one interview settings, resume building, and things like that. And then college advising is huge for us, because students will get, the minute they step foot on campus, they meet with their advisor and they go over what we call a Randolph plan that allows students to keep track of credits, but also to plug in courses for different semesters that they plan on taking, and based off what they have taken and based on their interests and things like that. So it helps students kind of keep themselves organized as far as what they've taken and what they will take moving forward. Being original is our slogan. Build a resume, develop your brand, take advantage of opportunities as early and as often as possible. On our campus, we also have student athletes. We compete in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, ODAC for short, 17 different sports, including esports is our newest member of the Wildcat family, and a newly renovated athletic center. Being artists, we have our very own Mayer Museum on our campus, so students will have their artwork put on display for our very own art shows and things like that. And we've actually had students get their artwork bought. We actually are connected with the art gallery in London, so we will trade, send students study abroad, internship, things like that. But we also have music, a very good theater program, things like that. And you actually don't have to major to participate in any of these fields, but a very, very rich history with our arts. Get involved. As I said earlier, we have about 40 clubs on campus. So students are out and about, whether it's Judiciary Board or what we call our MAC, our Macon Activity Council. Students are out planning, helping their student body, being a voice for their community, and representing their student bodies in different ways, getting out, getting involved, giving back to a community and things like that. So many different atmospheres, and students can also start their own clubs. A lot of traditions on campus. We have our odds and evens. So depending on what year you come in and what you graduate, you will be on one side of the rivalry. A lot of our students show support within clubs, teams, things like that. We have the show, which is put on by our very own faculty and staff. And it's actually a funny way to see your faculty and staff in a different light, and they also kind of embarrass themselves. Internships, research, study abroad, get downtown are all ways to get outside of what we call a red brick wall here at Randolph. We want you to get out and explore once again internships. We had a young man by the name of Mitch, intern with the Redskins front office going into his senior year. And then after he graduated, he had a job with the Miami Dolphins front office. So we want you to get out and get that hands-on experience and build your own resume before you even graduate. Become a Wildcat. Application, fill out your FAFSA. That's the key thing, 003734. Talk to your admission counselors. We are test optional, so have your transcripts, come visit, make your deposit, join the Wildcat family. And there is my contact information. Thank you for having me. I hope to talk to you guys soon.
Thank you so much, Corey. And at this point, I would love to have all of our presenters turn their cameras and their microphones back on. And since we have some students who have sat and learned about your institutions, I would love for you to give this a little value added piece. So what kind of advice would you give students as they embark on this college search journey? And we'll go in the same order that you presented. So Nathan, what's your best piece of advice for these students?
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of a fun one, and hopefully I'm not stealing anyone's thunder with this one, but I was a former college counselor before taking this role at Kettering, and my piece of advice for high school students is to create a clean and new professional email address for your college applications. So that helps you stay organized. Also, I'd hate for you to miss an email from your dream school that says, please reply so we know you're interested in us, or something to that effect. So as you're kind of ramping up your college search for upperclassmen, a new clean, professional email address, not tied to social media or gaming and all that fun stuff, would be recommended, and hopefully can keep you organized. Hopefully you're not receiving too much college junk mail. None of it should be junk mail, but the schools you're applying to are obviously the priority in terms of the correspondence you want to see and read and take action on. So that's my piece of advice.
Awesome. And I would add that there are real people that read and send those emails. So keep that in mind too, as you are going through this process, students. Joseph.
Thank you, Julie. I would encourage students who are seniors in high school or other areas of their college career. Number one is to have several schools that you apply to. As you're taught by your high school college counselors, you always have your I can attain schools and then your other schools, dream schools. Keep all options open. Dare to be different. I've two parents that are from outside the US, immigrants. One came to this country to go to Notre Dame and stayed. Explore all options and make sure you visit and reach out to those destination colleges that you're interested in. Thanks, Julie.
Montana, how about you?
Yes, so I always recommend my students to visit their top three choices of schools, whether it's in person or virtual, whatever you may be able to do, because you're not going to be able to know that's your home until you really step foot on campus, because you'll really be able to get a feel for the community of the school as well as just the culture. So I just highly recommend visiting at least your top three schools.
Excellent. Chelsea.
My piece of advice would definitely be to engage with your admissions counselor. When we text you, text us back, email us, call us, because the more we get to know you, the more opportunities we have to recommend you for scholarships. So if you don't engage with us, you may not come to mind first, and make sure too that the schools that you're applying to have the major that you're interested in.
For sure. That is great advice. And Chelsea, you have a question in the Q&A. So if you want to get to that, we'll go to Kyle for his piece of advice.
Sure. My biggest piece of advice would be just to take a moment to yourself and breathe and relax. It's a very big decision that you have coming up, and it can be overwhelming. And so you trust in yourself. You will not make the wrong decision. There is no such thing as a wrong decision when you're selecting your colleges. It's all about finding the right fit and the right school. And that's different for every single student. So, you have to go through the check boxes, but trust in yourself, know that you're going to make the right decision. And it's going to be based on a feeling. There's no, instruction that I can give you that's going to help you find the right school. You have to know it, but you will eventually. So if you're not feeling it and you're still kind of stressing out, just breathe, relax. It's come to all of us. It will come to you as well.
Excellent. And Corey, take us home.
Sure thing. I was told coming out to look at whatever your plans are, whatever your guidelines are as far as your schools that you're looking at, kind of pick one of the opposite. So whether if you're looking at bigger schools in state, look at a school out of state, whether if even if it's just one, look at a smaller school. Make sure that you have your variety and your different options open. Research all, go visit as many as you possibly can, and talk to your counselors. I know sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, my counselor's reaching out to me again or contact me again. But we're really just trying to help. So reach out to them, ask as many questions as possible, and have fun with this process. Trust me, I love the process of having to visit different places and things like that. So have fun with it at the end of the day.
Absolutely. You're going to eat some amazing food and get some really cool free stuff. So know that too about this process. So students, again, thank you for joining us today. We're so glad that you spent some time learning about these institutions. As you close out of this session today, there will be a 4-question survey that pops up. If you could take a few seconds, answer that for us. That way we can continue to provide great information and great presentations to future students, maybe even yourself. There is one more block of sessions in this college fair tonight. So if you'd like to stay with us a little bit longer, please go back to that website and sign up for some of those sessions. And if you'd like to go back and review any of the things that our presenter said tonight, or even any schools that you may have missed, all of the recordings can be found at strivescan.com/Carolinas. So on behalf of all of my presenters tonight, and as part of the StriveScan family, we want to thank you again for coming. Have a good night and be well.